just imagine with me for a moment. Imagine if you could perform out there every time courageously without that nagging fear of failure. So I'm guessing this maybe gives you some hope when you start to think of that, makes you smile. And then what if you could also, approach your sport and be excited and like, this is my chance. This is what I've been waiting for, and have that anticipation. So that's going to be the goal of the 3 strategies, is putting these into place and being able to free yourself from that anxiety and worry. And it is, so I'm gonna give you just a story of my own to prove that this is 100% possible, because fear of failure, that was me. So I'll take you back. This was probably like 2017 is about when I started getting into mental game. But I was driving to a roping, and I have to drive a couple hours usually to get there. And as I'm driving, the clouds ahead were dark and they were getting darker. And in my head, I'm thinking, ooh, maybe they'll cancel the roping. And then I won't have to put myself out there, I won't have to be afraid, because I was back in the day, like I was afraid of short rounds. Of course I wanted to get there, but then they gave me so much anxiety that it just wasn't even fun. And so that day when that happened, that was my wake up call. And I said, Lori, you put so much money and so much time into this. You need to figure out the mental game, or you need to quit, because it made no sense. I wasn't enjoying it. So what did I say? That was 2017. And I started on my own journey just into mental game self-study, and things went up and up every year. And here's where it ended up. Some of you already know, but we'll see if it works. Hopefully the sound works too. This was 2023. Obviously, I love to relive that. But the point, and I share that not to brag, I share that to show that drastic change that I underwent. We don't need to see it again. Or maybe we do. There you go. But it just to show you that you can get over this. If this is nagging you, this fear of failure, and like how I explained how I kind of dreaded those short rounds and dreaded the high pressure situations, then there is absolutely hope for you, because at that where you just saw the video in Las Vegas, I was excited. Like I was sitting back there just like so excited that I had this chance. And I never, if you would have told me in 2017 I would ever feel that way in that type of high pressure situation, I would have said you're crazy. So you can do it. But first, let's just real quick define what is failure. And this, in the sports psychology world, it's really, everybody would agree that the only time you fail is when you give up, or when you let that fear of failure stop you from going. Failure, I love this analogy. It's if you just picture a ladder, and what's at the top of the ladder? Success. And each of the rungs of the ladder are failure. And the only way that you're going to get up there to that success is to go through the different failures. Now, failure, you might be thinking, sometimes just a mistake. But my favorite definition of failure is this one here. So it's a fantasized experience appearing real. So fear is something we're imagining is going to happen in the future. It's not real, right? It's not what our current situation is. It's this future anxiety. So we're going to look, your first strategy is going to be how to confront that one. And to overcome it, you do need a new mindset. Failure is good. It's how we grow. This, I'm telling you, but I'm going to then show you how to do it, because it's easy to say, but it's another thing to do it. But just so you know, even the best of the world will all tell you that they've embraced failure, they've learned to look at it as feedback, and they've used it then to move forward. And here's my favorite quote probably of all time. So this is Michael Jordan. I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. Lost almost 300 games, 26 times. I've been trusted to take the winning shot and miss. I've failed over and over again, and that is why I succeed. So if this is from pretty much greatest of all time athletes, then every time I read it, it makes me feel better, because all of us are going to make mistakes, but they get us somewhere if we learn how to handle them. So on the flip side, what is courage? Well, you already have it, because all it means is just doing it anyways. Even people who are at the top, myself, not at the top as far as a presenter here, but this is my first time doing an online training. And yeah, there's some discomfort, mainly with the tech, thinking, what if this doesn't work? What if that? But I'm here, so we're doing it anyways. And then get comfortable being uncomfortable. So one of my mottos I'm going by now as a business owner is, I do bold and challenging things and love it. Right? Now that's not natural, but this is something that I'm working on and using the strategies that you're going to see here in a moment.